Yeah. We back with another one. Yeah.
What's going on, Juco?
We reacting over here. I'm El Jefe. We just gonna like and subscribe. Have fun. Kick back. Smith Cartel. Y'all like and subscribe because you're gonna love it. This is the Smith Cartel channel. Go ahead and like, subscribe. We gonna keep going fed until we go live. I'm El Jefe, the big boss, kicking at Third Coast. We going, running, smiling, man. We doing the most to my family. I wish you the best. Remember what Jefe taught you, boy. Say it with your chest. Big boy, big boss. I rock it in the South. Got these folks slugs and all this gold shining in my mouth. I'm the man, understand. Like and subscribe. We gon' keep spinning the block until we get it right. Yeah, that's real. Like and subscribe, that's the channel. We keep it real, give you more than you can handle. Yeah, like and subscribe. Smith Cartel, I'm El Jefe. All right. Smith Cartel channel. Y'all like and subscribe to the channel. We back with another one. So let's see what we got going now. Let me roll this sleeve up because I'm not fixing to be flapping around. Man, I bought this, these are pajamas and stuff. And, you know, like, not pajamas, but I would call them pajamas, but they're not. You can wear them outside and stuff, but yeah. So Smith Cartel channel. Y'all like and subscribe. I'm Jefe. I'm going to be your host. You know it. We back with another one. We got that Fear Thy Neighbor. So we going to get into it right now. We jumping in. So y'all like and subscribe. All right, let's get it.
It was paradise for a while.
It began
Y'all
with
know how
something
I go.
relatively small, and it just escalated.
Hey guys, you might not play that night.
Two neighbors. One disputed patch of ground.
Growing up, our neighbors were always our friends.
Yeah.
But that was never going to happen here.
That's how it was when
got
I was growing.
angry,
Well, it wasn't like that when I grew
It
up.
was frightening.
She was in my
You
head
got some neighbors that you
24/7,
just can't be friends
and
with.
she shouldn't have been.
A feud that went to the brink and just kept
Yeah.
on going.
And eventually, it ended up in a pretty horrific act.
There's body parts all over. I don't know how many people are dead.
What? Oh, it's been the... Buckle up. This time to get live. It said, what? We gonna see. Y'all like and subscribe.
For so many people, California is a dream come true.
I don't know why. And when I was
And
listening to it, all I
dreamy
thought
little
about was
town lies
a
nestled
surfboard.
between
I
the
don't know.
mountains and the Pacific.
This
not
neighborhood
me going
was
surfing.
only
Just
about
a surfboard.
300 yards
Don't
away
get it
from the
twisted.
ocean.
Gonna take
And
my
it was
crazy
kind of
ass
a
out.
quiet, small town, quaint feeling.
It's exactly what
Nah, I
Kate
swim
and Mike
out
are
there,
looking
but I ain't
for.
getting on a damn surfboard.
Kate was
Hell
born
no.
and raised in California, and there is no place she would rather be than near the ocean.
I do an extra large
The
boogie
beach
board.
is really a sanctuary for me. The rhythmic tides are sort of meditative.
It just don't work out for me with a
Watching
surfboard. You know what I'm
sunsets on
saying?
the
I've
beach
done
is
it before,
pretty
but
magical.
I got a big ass head. So when you got a big ass head,
When a rental
it don't
property comes
it
on
don't
the
work
market,
out right.
Kate
You know?
and Mike jump at the chance to live here.
It was a sweet little vintage
Y'all
beach
ain't never
house.
seen OJ surf. That head would have had
2
him.
blocks from the ocean in a quiet family neighborhood. It had an open backyard where we could have our dogs, where we could have a garden.
So pretty. Why she so blacked out? You never notice there's always
Even
the women
before they move
want to be
in,
hidden.
The couple meets their
Want to
new
be hidden.
neighbors,
Don't want nobody to see
Donna
who the hair is.
and Bob.
Snitching. Oh,
And she threw her arms wide open and
Like
in a
they
very loud
famous or
but also
something.
brusque voice said, "Welcome to the neighborhood."
Nice to meet you too. This is my husband, Mike. Handsome devil. Hi, Mike.
And we thought she was very friendly and she was
she
funny.
look animated in a
Funny.
mud, boy.
but kind of out there.
Yeah, she look like
Her
she
manner
over
of
the top.
speaking, her manner of dressing, little stories that she would tell. Just not your usual type of person at
He's
all.
my current husband. Of course, you can't have more than one.
She was very brazen in her language. She could make a sailor blush.
I think
This potty-mouthed woman has a razor-sharp mind.
it's a long drive, but
She was very intelligent. highly educated.
Yeah.
She was valedictorian of high school, 4.0 student through college, and
Ain't wrong with
highly
that.
driven.
Donna and Bob are a perfect example of how
He
opposites seem
should
to
have just shaved
attract.
his head. That
Well,
one
Donna's
that just
husband, he
showed.
was a very
yeah,
quiet
He
person.
should have just shaved that.
Didn't have
I
much to
would've-
say, in sharp contrast to Donna, who had a lot to say.
Well, see you again soon.
After such a warm welcome, who could imagine that in just a few months, all hell would break loose?
What? What the hell happened?
But for now, there's lots of neighborly kindness.
The girls got into it? Oh, here
I
we go.
actually do these for all my clients.
She wrote a note on the manila envelope that said, "Enjoy these books I've copied for you."
Infringement. I basically just got text, okay?
Made a joke about breaking copyright infringement laws by copying them. You know, always with a little joke.
Kate and Mike settle into their new home and their new routines, which are similar to their next-door neighbors. Mike is a busy tradesman. Bob works in Silicon Valley.
Oh, yeah, he making money.
Her
Silicon
husband
Valley,
and
he
my
making
husband both had
money.
full-time jobs.
He making bread.
Both had to drive long distances, so they were
Yeah,
not
but when they was
home
getting paid, they
very
didn't care
often.
about that.
Kate builds and refinishes furniture for a living.
Money talk, bull walk.
The house had a garage, which we adapted into a workshop for my woodworking. It was the perfect artist space.
Donna runs an accounting practice out of her house.
She was very intelligent. You could tell.
Yeah.
You could definitely pick up on that.
She on
She
that.
had quite
She had to be
high
with him.
IQ,
He
like
working at
172.
Silicon Valley. She had
She
to
may
be.
have had a
She probably
photographic
came
memory.
from there.
Her ability to recall
She
a
probably
lot
come
of
from
details
money.
was phenomenal.
But people who are very like that, they
Donna
eccentric.
grew up on a farm in Minnesota. Her family always knew she'd do something big with her life.
What
She had a
doing,
plan for
woodwork?
where she wanted to be when her life wasn't quite moving at the pace that she expected. She had us pack up a truck, and she moved to California.
Oh, she said, I'm going
She
to get it.
quickly got a master's degree in a lot less time than most people do, and then she
There you
went
go.
to start
Get it,
working
Donna.
for a large company.
I
as an
told Donna
accountant
she could
there.
do it. Nobody believed in her, but I
Donna
told her she
became
could do
a
it.
high-powered CPA
I knew
at a
that.
big city
I
firm.
knew that.
But she says she turned down a major promotion, left the company,
Wow.
and went into business for herself.
Oh. Yeah.
Soon enough, the new neighbors begin to notice there's more to Donna than meets the eye.
Oh.
There seems to
Here
be,
comes the
at the
turning
beginning, two different Donnas.
Oh,
I would see
she
her
got
change,
mental
become more subdued, and then not
personality
see her
disorder.
for a long time. Both my husband and
Or
I enjoy
drugs,
playing
one of the two.
basketball after dinner, burning off a few calories.
Hey guys.
no drugs or
I'm not
alcohol.
playing at night. Donna's trying to get some rest.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry.
And she didn't like the sound of the basketball, understandably. I wouldn't see her at all for weeks, which was very
She might have
strange.
been bipolar.
To the point where my husband and I would be saying, I wonder if she's okay.
Oh.
And then we'd see her again and she'd be energetic, like she'd had too much coffee.
Yeah, she might have. She might
And
have
all the
bipolar.
laughter and dirty jokes
She'd
would
be
be
manic
back
after that.
in full force.
It didn't bother me, but I found it odd for somebody in her age range and profession.
Actually, I have something for you.
Yeah.
Then, one day, Donna's behavior doesn't seem so harmless anymore.
The very first incident was the complaint over a flower garden.
Separating the properties and separating the driveways was a little patch of dirt on our side. And it was clearly the property divider.
The problem is, Donna acts like the patch of garden belongs to her.
Oh, shoot. Here we
Some
go.
people just do not want to accept the truth about the property lines.
She had made claims to these flowers that they belonged to her property and whatnot. It didn't really bother us at all at first.
But Kate has her own plans for that garden.
Uh-oh.
She wants to plant edible flowers for her salads.
Kate, what are you doing?
Aren't they great?
Let me just call it vegetables.
Vicky's really good in salads, actually. I've always wanted to plant them myself.
Yeah, who want to
This
eat
is all
flowers
about
in their
greenery
salad?
and
She's
peace.
so
And
crazy.
Donna's been living here
These
for
people
years.
crazy. Both of
And
these
no
women
one has
off their
ever
rocker.
used that flower bed but her.
What the hell?
Kate faces a stream of complaints.
Yeah.
She kept insisting that snails were coming over the fence onto her property. And she was really focusing on the snails.
You know, those flowers are attracting snails. Just
Oh,
The two
okay.
women start drawing out their battle lines.
Yeah, you already know it's
I
coming.
wasn't going to remove my flowers. We loved them. And
You
it
got
was all
Slim
right to have
Pickens and
them.
But
BBW. They
rights
about to
don't
get it
matter
on.
once these neighbors go to war.
Never in a million years would I have thought
Donna look like she going
that this
for blood
situation
though. Donna
would
look like
start
she
off with
she ready to
snails
throw
and
them
flowers
things. Oh,
and
look
end
at
up
that.
the way it did.
Oh, I love it. It's getting saucy.
Kate, what are you doing?
Uh-oh, here we go.
Are they great?
Between normal, everyday people, when there's a conflict, at first you try to talk it out. But in this situation, it didn't work like that.
No.
Next door neighbors, Donna and Kate, have started arguing about a patch of ground
Here we
dividing
go.
their properties.
Turn it up.
Donna says that Kate's flowers have brought on an infestation of snails.
My sister always had to have things in an order. She was definitely obsessive, compulsive.
Even his her brother know. Yeah, she was obsessed with the how you
Without telling Kate, Donna sets a trap for the swarming invaders.
Uh-oh.
I remember coming out of the house and seeing 2 or 3 clear mason jars full of snails. I thought, oh, she's taking this far too seriously.
Donna isn't able to capture all the snails, so she concocts a plan to get rid of them for good.
Uh-oh. She gonna poison that girl's flowers.
I remember seeing the snail poison pellets amongst my flowers, then the snail poison in a yellow box. I remember the box. She
could've
put
got us
poison
sick.
on the flowers, which we told her we used in salads. And then I got upset.
I would have too. You trying to kill me? Now it's time. That woman off her rocker, she came on your property and put poison on it. That's crazy.
Donna, can we talk for a minute? Really don't appreciate you putting all that
I said,
poison
that's
in my
not cool to pour snail poison all over my flowers. These are my flowers that we eat.
The whole garden. I poisoned the
sorry,
snails.
that is
If you'd let me
really
finish.
It was so odd. I'm looking right at this person who just did something she shouldn't have done,
Yep.
and I tell her, please stop. And then she tells me that I'm harassing her. It was insane.
This is bordering on
I
harassment.
felt like this is my life. This is my space. We're
go
paying to
these
live
girls,
here just
boy.
like they're paying
It
to
get
live
good
there.
when the girls get into it.
I was
The
becoming
guys
more
really
and
don't.
more
They just be like,
defensive,
shit, don't talk to me.
sort of stand my
When
ground.
we get outside, we're gonna get it on. That's it. If you
Donna
say something, that's
decides to
it. But
cross
they
the
don't
line.
do all this little
Bye.
conniving stuff like
So
this.
she had
No.
killed all of my flowers, and she decided to come over to our property and plant sod. In other words, claiming that little piece of property as her own. So I just
How?
started parking on it, and I'm sure that probably upset her in some way, but it wasn't her property.
Kate learns she's not the only person who's expected to follow Donna's rules.
She was screaming in the garage at
Oh,
her
she's
husband.
going off at her husband too. She wild. Yeah, she got mental illness.
Is there any
So.
room for them around here?
And there was a bunch
Bipolar.
of beer bottles she had, and she was throwing the beer bottles and screaming.
Bipolar.
Threw some of the
Yeah.
beer bottles onto our driveway, and there's glass on the ground, shards of glass that might have cut our dog's feet.
She
I
certainly
don't know
did have
about
this
all
dark
that
side that unfortunately never knew when it may be triggered. You never knew when she would get very angry about
yeah.
who knows what. Growing
She
up,
had
well,
mental
we referred to
illnesses.
her as Minnie Hulk.
Yeah, she got mental illness. That ain't Minnie Hawk. She need help. She
With a
needed
great
some
idea,
serious
you
help,
just
and
want to
she
get
ran
things
into
down on
somebody who
paper.
wasn't going
Grammarly
back
is
down.
the second set of eyes that helps me get work done. My name is
Good
Claudia.
for you. Good for you. Second set of eyes, Claudia.
There was glass
but we
thrown
gotta get
over
back
the
to
fence,
this. I want to see if
which
the
I
dog
believe
gonna
was
get
thrown
his
to
foot cut.
purposefully cut our dog's
Look how
feet
she was running.
because
She
they
was
ran
running like
back
a.
there.
He wasn't
Just
running like no
cool.
hawk.
And then I drove
like
my
a
car to the
Neanderthal.
police station and showed
Big old
them.
gorilla.
Sorry, we want to help you, but there's nothing we can do. We didn't see her do it.
The law is very clear about what we can and can't do. And just because
Yeah.
a neighbor says, hey, my neighbor's doing XYZ, doesn't mean we can go beat down their door.
Nah, you
This
can't
is
do
the
all that.
beginning of a long series of complaints from
I
both
love it.
sides of the divide.
When Kate would report things, it was very specific, such as Donna was in the backyard. Donna was looking over the fence. Donna was in the creek area behind my
Like
house.
she saw her
There were
doing
very
it.
specific things, and they
Yeah.
were true. There wasn't any exaggeration. On the other hand, when Donna would complain about things that were
It would
very
be so
vague,
delusional.
and when you were talking to her about what she just brought up, if it wasn't what she wanted to hear, she would just interrupt you. There was no discussion or dialogue with her.
So she was off
When
the
words
rock.
fail to win the war, the fighting gets nastier.
Oh, here we go. Donna done went criminal. Donna said, I'm going criminal. Okay, look at the smile, boys.
I saw a sticky, gummy substance all over my car.
The substance turns out to
She
be
ain't sweet
industrial
right now.
strength fertilizer.
What if that was Donna, the one from
There's no doubt
Richie
in Kate's
Valens
mind who did
video?
this.
Like the one he was saying, she's
You
just
could
in the
clearly
future.
see the spray pattern coming from Donna's front
Donna
yard.
done flipped
So
out. She
I
said, "Yeah, take
grabbed
my
my
bag,
video
mate."
camera and I just taped it.
There's none on one side.
Oh, she recorded her.
Not along here. It's all over this car.
This is nothing compared to what happens next. A week later, a shopping trip turns into a game of chicken.
Huh? Oh, she playing that
Her
role?
car was coming at me in the back
Oh,
corner
she
of the
got that
parking lot.
Oldsmobile. I think that's the same kind of car my baby mama had. It was a green one.
I remember the grill coming at me, the grill of her vehicle coming at me. I remember being terrified. That's dangerous. That's off the charts behavior. Who does that unless you're crazy? I just felt afraid that something further would happen. Why was she so obsessed with me?
There's really no way for law enforcement to know what's going behind closed doors. When the news goes out and interviews the neighbors, what do the neighbors invariably say? Well, they were very quiet. I never had any problems with them. They didn't seem like there were any problems.
Yeah.
Increasingly visible to
That's
others,
usually what happens even when
Donna's
it's a serial
problems,
killer on
or
a
maybe
next
we
door.
should
The
call
next door
them
neighbor be like,
challenges,
I never saw
started
anything
a long
wrong.
time ago.
So he ain't lying.
Her family was all too familiar
Why
with
her
her
face look
phenomenal
funny?
drive.
Like,
It pushed
oh,
her
this
from a
part is
small
just too
farm in
big.
Minnesota to a high-paying job in the big city, and
Okay.
kept pushing her into dark territory.
She was a very diminutive person, very small.
Damn.
But when she got angry, it was frightening. When I was a younger man, when she'd light up, she scared me. She was very quick to anger and had a bit of paranoia about other people
She
not
had
helping
mental
her,
illness.
kind of hindering her.
She was a narcissist. She was
kind
a
of high
mental
octane,
illness.
always
And
energetic.
a full-blown
and then she
narcissistic
would
personality
crash for
disorder.
2 or 3 days.
Yeah. The reality slapped her in the face somewhere.
Donna had to work hard to climb the corporate ladder. And sometimes she needed an extra shove on the way
I
up.
do like the actor
She
though, the one that they
drove
using
herself
for
pretty
Donna,
hard.
because she can go.
She used
how
artificial
they keep
means
going
to
back and forth from
keep
her
herself,
looking like she's like
kinda
super
going.
nice, and then she goes,
Limited sleep and lots of cocaine.
Oh, she on that coke.
She thought she could
Oh, now
control
we
her
got
drug
it. Yeah, I told y'all
without
it
a
was
problem.
drugs.
She was the master of her domain.
I told y'all it was probably drugs. I told
But
you.
not for long. Soon, it's Donna
Excuse me.
who's mastered by the drugs. Instead of being a star at work, she's forced out,
Oh, they kicked her out of there.
and she doesn't stop using once
Oh,
she
she
leaves her
done moved to
high-pressure
crack.
job.
Oh,
She
Donna
started
done cracked
dabbling
out.
more into the lower end methamphetamines.
Meth. Oh, she was on that
Things really
methamphetamine.
deteriorated fast.
Meth.
At that
Oh,
point.
ooh, look at her. Methamphetamine. Look at her husband, Paulie. Paulie's like, come on, Donna. Come on, I'm walking here.
Donna begins to grow more and more delusional. Those
This look like the
delusions turn
Sopranos.
into obsessions.
That's
And
what this look
unfortunately
like.
for Kate,
Same here, I
she's
think this is
obsession
Sopranos,
number one.
season 8.
My sister
These people going
focused
off
on
the
her.
chain.
She thought that
Hey,
she
don't play
was
those
the
Sopranos, it's my
beginning
show.
of all
Oh,
the
good
trouble
show.
in her life.
Kate, what are you doing?
It started with a small incident. It
Look
grew
at her eyes,
into
boy.
all sorts
She's
of
like, she's
fantasies
really
about
crazy in
her
real
having an affair with her husband. It festered over time, and eventually it became more solid in her mind. Whether they existed or not,
Yeah.
didn't make any difference.
That sound like my ex-wife. She would sit there and like, I could be sitting with her for about 2 hours and she'd be like,
You can
who
clearly
did you go
see
see?
she's
What do you
completely
mean?
obsessed with her neighbor.
The
fact
I
that
ain't
her
even
neighbor
moving
just
right here.
breathes
This is
bothered her.
crazy. That's crazy.
with Mike commuting to work
I be
in the
trying to tell
city,
people that's how my ex-wife
Kate
was.
has
She
to
was
face
crazy
Donna
like that.
all on her own.
He wasn't there to protect me. So when he was at work, it was just me and the dogs.
Oh, man.
It was scary.
Got you something to protect yourself. This woman over here laced up. She Pablo Escobar and then that
I was
little
out driving around just
She
to
got
have
pretty
a little
color eyes though, I ain't gonna lie.
relaxation
Eyes are
time.
pretty, but they crazy looking.
And I saw Donna's car a few blocks up and over from where we live.
Miss Piggy was real light. Not saying she fat, but like she looked like Miss Piggy with the haircut and everything.
I was terrified because
and
I
then the
knew
nose
she was
and all
following
that. Miss Piggy was a real person. There you go. Donna, man, we
now
talked
it's
about this. You gotta get off
dangerous
these
that
drugs,
she's
man.
following me.
Not worth it,
And
man.
I'm feeling like I need to exceed safe speed,
Yeah, she
and-
going on.
use dangerous maneuvers to get away from her.
She locked in. She must be high. I don't know how that drug does
Donna
people. I
was
seen what it
following
does
on the
people, but I don't
freeway
know.
and
I ain't
attempted
never
to
done
run her
no
off
shit
the road.
like that.
This was
So I
moving
just
to
be
an area
like,
where it was becoming dangerous past just that neighbor complaint
I
or
think
neighbor
I just
annoyance
assumed
issues.
they be locked in or
Kate
something.
decides to turn the tables on Donna.
I'm only human. I can only take
Yeah,
so
that's
much.
true. That is
I
true.
braked hard and I got behind her.
There you go.
And I just hit the gas. And my whole feeling was anger.
Now
ready
it
to
looks
hurt.
like Kate is also going to lose herself in this feud.
How does this feel for you? Now I'm behind you.
Ooh, girls be going deep into it, boy. They be picking and picking at each other. And that's how they do men. They do men the same way. They pick and pick. This woman off the chain, though, I ain't gonna lie. Big Booty Judy off the chain. She over here, Donna, she over here just poisoning stuff, trying
This
to
neighborhood
unalive people.
dispute was really different because you had
crazy.
one person who wanted to solve the problem. And on the other side, you had somebody that was completely irrational.
But
Y'all knew
tonight,
that.
both neighbors are playing a reckless game of cat and mouse.
Yeah, this is insane. Cars, man, if you can't drive a car, especially two women driving, they shouldn't be playing like that.
Then one of them,
Somebody's not gonna
Kate,
make it.
pulls back before she goes too far.
Yeah.
I caught myself. This is stupid. It's nighttime.
Yeah,
We're
you're
going
dumb.
fast. I know where she lives. She knows where I live. Stop. And I did. I just let it go. But it was an impulse. You know, it wasn't a good choice, but I'm a human being. I was mad. I was fed up. Sick of it.
You
So
get to a point.
sick of it.
In a case like this, you can see that something's coming, but
Yeah, it's escalating.
hard to predict what's going to happen or when it's going to happen.
It ain't hard.
You just know it's going to happen.
It's hard for y'all to predict it. We know it's gonna happen. We can tell you what's gonna happen.
door is crazy.
For months, Kate has felt stalked, threatened, and it's getting to her.
We always locked the doors. But there was a definite chill of fear, and that fear got stronger and stronger.
Meanwhile, Donna's marriage careens toward divorce. She moves out. No one has any idea where she has gone to.
Well, I mean, she's gone.
The
No, that's the
husband
only
would
good thing.
interact with us a little bit more, and he said, "Have you seen her around? Look out for her." So things were getting weird and dangerous.
Donna may be out of her house, but that doesn't mean the war between her and Kate is over.
Oh, Lord.
In some ways, it's just getting started. A few weeks after Donna leaves, kids playing in the creek behind Kate's home make a disturbing discovery and turn it over to police.
They had found some letters that talked about making bombs and threatening somebody's life, and there was a can of gas there and a sleeping bag. So I responded to the area and found numerous letters addressed to Kate's house, making all sorts of threats, hostile statements.
And you know this,
The
and you
sleeping
know
bag
this.
suggests Donna has spent
She
time
been
living
sleeping
in the creek bed
bed?
while plotting horrible violence
This woman
against
off
her
the
former
chain.
neighbor.
She a real
I
dope
took the
fiend.
letters to the address, and that's where I found Kate and showed her the letters and asked her, "Do you know anything about these?" She immediately looked at the writing and said, "Well, that's Donna, because I've gotten letters similar to this too from her."
Wow, she got so
I
many that she
it
knew
now
her
was
handwriting.
Back to this neighbor issue again, the two same
So
people.
y'all just gonna let it go.
Our minds just went blank. It was a feeling of
Police gonna let it go, though, 'cause
It
they
was a
don't- they'll be
feeling
like,
of
"Ah, we didn't
what
see that
in
now,
God's
'cause
name is going
everything."
on?
But if it wouldn't have been a neighbor thing, we'd have came and did something.
It was crazy. We never had encountered somebody like this before.
Kate was like a fish out in the ocean, and Donna's just like a shark, just circling around, and she's just waiting for her time.
Yeah,
she's
and
prepared.
y'all know it.
She's just waiting for her moment to make the attack.
Clearly, Donna is a serious threat. Even more so because police don't know where she's hiding, which makes it feel like she is everywhere.
She was in my head 24/7.
Put a warrant out for her.
And she shouldn't have been. But the things that she was doing to us, we had
Can't
to
find
keep a
this little short,
constant
fat white
vigilance.
lady, but let a Mexican or a black or a Puerto
Days
Rican
after
go
retrieving the disturbing
in
letters, police
get in
get a
trouble.
call from Donna's
They're
ex-husband,
gonna be at your
Bob.
house before you get there.
She's phoned the
But they
house,
gonna sit there and say they can't
threatening
find
to kill him,
this fat white
and
woman.
Kate as well.
Come on.
So we were alerted to that, and we kept a watch in the area.
I was contacted by the police and asked if I had seen Donna around.
How they gonna call
And
you
I
and ask
said,
you?
No, I haven't. What's going on?
The hell wrong with
And
them?
they said, well, she's threatened to come back to her house and kill herself and blow you up.
Wow.
So I don't know if I've ever had a more terrifying moment in my life than that. I was going
Should've
from
got you a
window
gun,
to
girl.
window in the house,
Got
just
you
sort
a
of circling
burner.
the house, looking for her.
Soon, Kate's
Donna ready
worst
to go to the
fear
matches
is
with it.
realized.
I saw this green car pull into her driveway, and then I saw her get out.
She arrived with a locksmith, who she'd
What?
apparently convinced that she needed to get into the house.
At Granger, we're for the ones who pay attention to every
So
little
she was
detail.
getting in there to get
the ones who
something.
fuss,
She was gonna
tinker,
probably
and
get her
sweat the small
husband's gun or
stuff.
something.
We
Or
found her
lighter.
trying to make entry into the
Oh, they
main
caught her.
residence of the house from the garage.
What? They
I
get
heard
her?
this
They get her?
incredible animal-sounding guttural scream.
Police, the Jake
It
got him,
sounded
boy.
so
5 okay, we got
scary
look at 5
and
got your 5 got your
As soon as she
Yeah.
saw me, she
Yeah.
realized that she'd been caught, and she did try to flee, but we were close to her. We just
That little
caught her and
short ass ain't
handcuffed
going
her.
nowhere.
She
She
resisted,
wasn't running nowhere.
but she was a
It'd
small
be funny
person.
to watch little short,
and,
fat
she was
women
pretty
run.
easily taken into
Because they
custody.
ain't going nowhere. They run about good
They were taking her
10
out
feet and then
in
they just
handcuffs,
collapse.
And I was standing on my front porch at that point, and she
They act
looked
like that 10
right at me with this
They gonna get
crazy
away with that
face,
10 feet.
with her
That's
hair
it.
all
They
askew,
good.
falling over her eyes.
No, I know it's you.
But she looked right at me. That was a terrifying moment, and I will
That
never
dope,
forget
boy.
the look. And then they took her away.
Afterwards, Bob makes a terrifying discovery.
Yeah, she had a
Donna's
suicide note.
husband smelled the odor of gas.
Oh, she's gonna
coming
burn the
from
whole house
rental
down.
car. And he opened the trunk and showed me what was in it, and I noticed numerous cans of gasoline, some
Molotov
glass mason
cocktail
jars,
bombs,
numerous
dang.
flares, strips of cloth torn apart, some flammable gel packs.
She was ready to do
The
it for
rental
real.
car is a mobile bomb factory.
She was ready to do
Bob
it.
and Kate have escaped with their lives.
Nobody puts a protective order
In
on
a
this woman.
California psych ward, Donna is assessed by a medical team.
She's good.
And
Let
I
her
thought
out.
that was that, but it wasn't.
No, because
When people are placed on a 72-hour hold, that does not mean it's going to be 72 hours. It could be as
No.
little as 4 hours. It depends on what the person says to the professionals, whomever they are talking to at the hospital. People know how to play the game. Most of the time, they're
you would
out
think you
within
get caught with
hours.
a mobile bomb, ready
Donna
to go
is
blow
released
up
from the
something,
psych
you would go to
ward very
jail. That's
quickly.
why you don't see. See,
And
that's what
the
I'm
DA
saying.
decides not to
If it
prosecute
was a
her for
female, that's
attempted
why. That's a
arson.
female. But if it was a guy, he would have got
If
life
this is
in
a
prison
game,
without even a trial.
Donna has mastered it.
When the
So
DA
have.
decided not to file on that case, it was very frustrating to me.
No, it wasn't because you
That
didn't
I
go get no
thought we had
blick.
moved
You
well
didn't get no
past
burner.
just threats. There was
You
no
didn't
doubt
put
in
up a
my mind
camera
that
on
she
your
put
house.
these things together to do it, that she was going to make these bombs and actually use them. And I think that was a missed opportunity. We might have been able to
Yeah.
stop the next step.
It was a missed opportunity.
For exclusive footage, go to investigationdiscovery.com.
I think if
Woman
Kate moved
crazy,
away, it
yo.
wouldn't have made any difference.
Hell
There are
no,
some
she'd have
people
found
who
her.
are so committed to what they're trying to do. I think she could have moved to the ends of the earth, and Donna would have probably still found her.
Tried to
and tried
find her,
kill
yeah.
For over a year, we've watched the awful conflict between our two neighbors.
That's crazy.
Kate
The
and
police
Donna.
let this go on for a year.
Donna talks
This is what I'm
herself out
talking
of the
about. That's
psych
why,
ward
because they need to
and
start
being
giving
charged
women the
with
same
attempted
charge they
arson.
give men. Arrest her ass the first time, then she go
She
stay in there.
promises to leave
Wouldn't have had no
California
problems.
and seek treatment for
She
her
ain't
anger
going
issues.
nowhere.
That day can't come soon enough for Kate.
We were scared all the time. All the time of every little noise. A knock on the door would make us jump out of our chairs, sort of waiting for something to happen. Going out to the car and the driveway was problematic because she could have been hiding just behind the wall, behind the front door, or under the car. She could have been anywhere.
Yeah, you're
Anywhere.
right.
I think in Kate's case, she was a fighter. She wasn't going to go down easy. She was resilient. She fought back. She could have easily just become a victim.
In my studio, I drilled a couple of little spy holes on the back of the building where I could look and observe the pathway so that if I heard a noise, that I could quickly look to see what was going on. And at
But
night,
no cameras.
it magnified 100-fold.
Why not put a camera
The
up?
fear is almost another being in the house. You're waiting for this crazy person, this complete psycho, coming to kill you.
Oh, come on.
Not knowing where Donna is or when she might appear grinds away at Kate's marriage.
I don't even know anymore.
Yeah, she
My husband
lost.
was
See?
angry. He
Women
was
are
probably
just,
a little afraid,
women just
but
mess
not
everything
wanting to admit
up.
it. It would cause arguments between
First
us.
daughter got
The
kicked
stress
out,
of
now
it,
she about to
and
get
that
get
made
left.
me even more
You're like, man, I'm
resentful.
out of this motherfucker.
It's like, wait a minute,
Deuces.
we're fighting about Donna right now.
That's because of you. Because you.
Stop, because she's not worth it. She's the problem.
No, you're
Let's
the
not make it a
problem.
problem between us.
You need to grow a pair and go out there and handle this woman.
Bob continues to
Let
live
this
next
woman
door.
harass you in your
The
house.
strain of his ex-wife's legacy
She got an
weighs on
invitation to
him,
get
too.
popped.
By this time in the relationship, she was no longer living at the home. She hadn't been living there for quite some time.
Yeah.
She wasn't allowed to be at the home. She wasn't allowed to contact the husband.
But just when we all thought we might never see her again, Donna returns to clear out her belongings. Thankfully, she's under the watchful eye of the police.
Even though there was a cop there, I just felt the need to document anything that she was going to do that was
Y'all
around
both
me.
were Karens.
It
They
was
both
still the
was
woman who
wilding
tried to
out,
kill
really.
us.
I don't think it was just one of them. I
watching.
think it was both of them. Yeah,
And
Donna was
Donna
crazy,
is
but I
doing the
think
same.
that Kate was antagonizing her on the smooth because there's
She had a
sometimes.
large video camera, and she turned the camera onto our house, and she was taping. I could tell that she was focused at the window and trying to tape inside the window. I've got it on tape that she's taping me. Could
Look at that. Donna like she had a movie production
And my
studio.
anger was off
How
the
you get
charts.
mad at her for taping your house when you was taping her
As was
first?
my
Come on now,
fear.
get off the
Okay, ready to
gas.
go, ma'am.
You see what I'm
And I am
saying?
so afraid,
You see the hypocrisy in it?
saying
A
all
hypocrite.
kinds of horrible things.
Just get out of here,
I'm gonna
Trying
tape
to
you,
get the
but don't
police
tape me.
officer standing outside to make her stop filming our house.
Just go.
Now you put the camera
And there
down.
she is, filming right behind his back.
It's time, okay? All right.
Once Donna
You got a
retrieves
camera in
the
your
last of
hand
her
telling
things,
somebody else to take
she
their
drives
camera and put
off.
it down. Come on now. That ain't happening.
Moving back to Minnesota to live with her parents.
There
Dawn
you
is
go.
gone. Finally, officially gone. Everyone breathes a huge sigh of relief.
I was just glad that she was like
Yeah, I can pick
3,000
somebody else
miles
to
away.
pick on too.
Very glad.
Look at
The
her.
fear dissipated. It never completely went away, but it
The fear
definitely
dissipated.
dissipated. And I relaxed in my life. I thought, oh man, she's gone. She's thousands of miles away.
She was
This is
terrified of Donna,
wonderful.
boy. She didn't want to
This
see that
feels
fade
so
at all.
free.
She
Kate
did
is not free. Not by a long shot. Far across the country, Donna is spiraling from bad to worse.
Yeah.
She was still using substances. It was terrible. The sister that I knew as a younger man is dead. Her mental state deteriorated so badly that I didn't know who she was. My parents
She
were
lost
calling
everything.
me and talking to me about her mood swings and that she was getting agitated and a bit violent in the house, tossing a few things around, erratic, incoherent in her speech patterns. My mother, who's just terrified.
The family is forced to have her committed.
Excuse me.
He
Put
had
on
this
that-
opportunity
that
to
5150.
get the help for my sister that she so desperately needed. Maybe get the sister I thought was gone back again.
You ain't getting her back, boy. She gone and been gone. You said it right. She did that. That sister's dead. That's a whole nother person. You ain't getting her back.
Life went on.
That woman done did what she did.
And
You ain't
the more
she ain't
time that
coming
passed,
back. She done psychotically
the
broke.
more I relaxed. I just
There you go.
paid attention to my own life.
There you go. Finally,
Which is
it's
the way
about
it's supposed
time
to
to
be.
stop minding your own business and stop
But there's
messing with
one
everybody
more
else.
chapter of this story to come.
We got
The
one more
most
chapter?
terrible chapter of all.
Yes. Donna said, I'm coming back like Freddy, baby.
I didn't imagine that she was going to come back.
I was basically shocked by the destruction.
Donna said, y'all keep playing. Look at them old cameras.
I think the reason this case stands out is because the escalation was so steady and prevalent. It just kept
going.
moving along.
And nobody did
It never
anything.
resolved and got any better.
Make her put that thing away. She's getting ready to go.
And eventually it ended up in a pretty horrific act.
For the last 2 years, ever since Donna moved away,
years.
our block has been a peaceful, happy
2
place.
years.
That all changes in the blink of an eye.
Here we go. It's getting saucy.
I'm almost asleep when I hear an incredibly loud, deep explosion very close by, which shook the floor of the house. And my first thought was, what the hell was that? And I bolt upright, I get out of bed, peer through the vertical blinds, and I see a white utility van with a huge white powdery plume of smoke rising above it. And just dead silence.
I was in the dispatch center. It was about 3:20 in the morning that the 911 call started coming in. The switchboard lit up like a Christmas tree.
The dispatcher, he sounds very on edge, very stressed out. And he says, Dave, you need to come in. We're calling everybody in. I remember pulling up to the scene. It was very misty and foggy. I'll never forget this. It was surreal. And as I get out of my car, I get this smell. And it's a very distinctive smell. It was the smell you would get when you walked into a butcher shop. It was kind of that iron, like, meat smell. And that's when I knew, obviously, somebody here had died.
Oh, her husband? She got
when
her
I talked to
husband?
the officer, he said there's body parts all over. I don't know how many people are dead.
Oh!
A lot of the damage was caused not only by the blast of the bomb, but also the debris
Yeah,
of
the
the body
shrapnel and
parts.
stuff and everything.
As the body exploded, those body parts were thrown out with such force that it actually broke windows.
You got hands and
I
arms and
remember
ears
seeing
and
the
stuff
kids
flying in
pulling
your
them out
window.
of the house and having the jackets or
Can you
whatever
hear me
over
now?
their heads
Can you hear me
to keep
now?
them from seeing what was going on.
That's
Game
crazy.
of Thrones King's Road.
So who is it? Was it the husband? And we know it wasn't the neighbors because she couldn't get to them. Well, was it the husband
We were
or her?
The whole block was evacuated for the entire rest of
Or
the
was
day.
it both of them?
So my husband and I went elsewhere and watched it on the news. It was the top story for days on end. And piece by piece, the information came to us about what had transpired.
There was media from all over the region. And at one point, we had news helicopters hovering above us.
Investigators face a formidable challenge. They will literally have to work with pieces of evidence.
When I first looked in the van, you know, what I saw was a body that had been destroyed. It was no longer in human form. I couldn't tell the gender. I couldn't tell the age. I couldn't tell the race. It was kind of a soupy mess, is what I saw inside.
Jesus.
The attack on this street reminds one officer of an old feud.
I started thinking of Kate and Don. And I called the investigating officer at the time and told him, hey, you know, I remember a case a few years ago involving bomb-making equipment and threats to use it and burn a house down. Look up that name, because I think this might be involved.
The van's location so close to Donna's former home, points the finger directly at her. Could it be her ex-husband Bob's body in the van? She said she wanted to kill him, or maybe it's someone else she despised. The first hours at the scene are daunting. Then, police find a critical piece of the puzzle.
After the pathologist got there, she came to me and said, well, I know the gender of the victim. And I said, okay, what is it? She said, it's a woman. I said, how do you know that?
It's Donna.
She said, well, I found her ovaries on the roof of the van.
Whoa!
That same night, police catch another lucky and gruesome break.
Jesus Christ!
Positive identification. One of the things that we were able to locate near the van were 2 thumbs. Not hands, just the thumbs. So my evidence technician actually picked the thumbs up and with ink took fingerprints off the thumbs.
The next day, the officer retrieves a copy of Donna's fingerprints from the Department of Motor Vehicles. They are compared with those from the crime scene, and they're a perfect match.
Donna's killed herself.
It's official. Donna is the bomber and the unintended victim.
That's crazy.
But how did it come to this?
That's crazy.
Donna was supposed to be getting treatment back home.
When she was in Minnesota and I was able to get her in a treatment facility in Minnesota, they helped her immensely. It was unfortunately when she went out on outpatient that her care started to lapse.
At times it seemed Donna might be getting better, but she couldn't beat her addiction or control her rage. She made lists of people she wanted to get even with. Her ex-husband, her brother Patrick, and especially her old neighbor and nemesis,
Yeah, buddy.
Kate.
I thought Kate would have been at the top of the list right before the ex-husband.
No idea. This anger she had towards her
I
neighbor,
knew him on my
it
ex
just
was
took my
top
breath
of the
away, to be
list.
honest with you. When
She
the
lost
reports were coming
all
in,
of these.
and, when the investigators were talking to me, I was absolutely just floored. I had no idea.
She just be mad because I got
Somehow,
kids.
Donna
No kids.
built or acquired a pipe bomb. She ignored travel restrictions and returned to California. She rented a van, altered the plates, and then drove to her old street
She is
and parked near her former
diabolical.
home.
I saw that white van when I drove up to my house because I'd never seen a van like that before on our block.
I'm telling you, Donna
sort
is
of
off the rip,
vaguely
yo.
registered in my mind. Oh, that's a different car, kind of thing. So she obviously watched me drive up in the dark in the early morning hours and get out of my car and go into my house. And that right there is very frightening.
So she was sitting there the whole time watching it. Wow.
The bomb's detonator was powered by a 9-volt battery. Police think Donna was going to run a wire from the weapon's toggle switch
and got
to
caught
Kate's
because
front
she
door.
hit it hit the switch. She didn't know how to do it. Yeah, you can't do it with the
One of 2 things
no.
went wrong. Either the toggle switch was on the on position when she hooked up the 9-volt battery,
Yeah.
or when she hooked up the 9-volt battery, she accidentally hit the
Hit
toggle
the
switch.
toggle switch and it
activated
went
the
on,
bomb.
but I think she had it on the whole time. She had the toggle switch already on.
All the prepping she must have done to plan this out, and boom,
It backfired
the very
on.
last second, she makes a mistake, and we're spared.
Yeah.
Doesn't get more lucky than that.
You can go left or
I
you
don't
can go
want to say
right.
I'm
You
glad.
might live or you
I'm
might
not
not that
glad.
day.
But
Yeah.
she didn't take somebody else with her.
Yeah.
She didn't do the harm that she intended to do
yeah,
to somebody
that's
else.
insane.
It was better the way it happened.
Yeah.
It
You're right.
was a devastating thing.
That's
we were
real.
unsuccessful in ensuring that our sister stayed safe. We failed, really, is what it ends
Yeah.
up amounting to. And some of us have accepted
but
the
you
fact that we
can't
have
really-
failed. And we're sorrowful for what had occurred.
The terror didn't end when she got blown up. Not at all. It kept going. It just shifted. I can't even fully describe the amount of fear I felt just being in the house.
She gone.
And
What
this
you
went on
fearing
for a
now?
long time. Is
Fearing
there
yourself 'cause
a
you
sniper
fearing
somewhere?
it? Oh,
Is there a
my
bomb
gosh.
under my car?
Get your
All those sorts of
big
feelings.
forehead having
It just It's just never gonna end somehow, even though she's dead.
And it's not over for investigators either.
It's an open case in that we still haven't determined who built the bomb, and there is no statute of limitations on murder. So if I find out and I get proof of who I believe built the bomb, an arrest will be made.
In the end, Kate and Mike decide they can't go on living in their beautiful home.
I bet after
It's
she
not
got
something
rid
I
of the
think
woman,
about every day.
got rid of her
Maybe
with her
every few
forehead.
days
Look
it
at
runs through my
Look at
mind.
Dollar.
And when I do think
Like
about
a
it all
pit
these years
bull ready
later,
to go.
sometimes it just feels like an old nightmare I had a long time ago. And sometimes I have to remind myself it was real. It really did happen.
Duh. You went through it. You were part of it. Come on, man. Come on, man. Y'all, that was a good one. I ain't gonna lie. Donna was off the rip, though. Donna was off the rip. Yeah. Oh, man. Y'all like and subscribe to the channel, man. Smith Cartel, man. We gonna see y'all on the next one, man. All right. Peace to my family. I love y'all. Be breezy.